What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Kingsway back for another reaction video, and today we reacted to my boy Blackie again. We gonna be reacting to him basically talking about Roddy Ricch. The video, name of the video, obviously, as y'all can see, is called Roddy Ricch is Taking His Time. And the crazy thing about it is, I don't know if y'all peeped when I went live a couple of days ago. Me and my friends were arguing about music. We always talk about Roddy Ricch. Like, we always talk about Roddy Ricch, and everybody always be like, "Oh, Roddy Ricch not really putting out nothing. Roddy Ricch not putting out nothing." I'm like, my original thought was basically, I don't know exactly what he's gonna say in this video, but judging by the title, he's basically gonna talk about how Roddy Ricch taking his time. And that's what I thought. Like, I'm just thinking, like, Roddy's like, he's like slowing down. He's being smart with it. Like, he's taking his time, and you know, he's basically going like the kind of like the Kendrick Lamar route, because Kendrick Lamar don't put things out every year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Kendrick has something cooking for a minute, and I feel like he's kind of smart for doing that, because in him doing that, he could have like way more longevity. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not really gonna do much pausing. I don't know. We'll see. You know, but let's see what my son Blackie gonna talk about. I really like what he be spending in his videos. I don't know why I'm talking so fast. Like, but let me slow it down. I got a lot of energy right now. Let's get into it.
Now, Roddy is taking his time with the music just like he's supposed to. The anticipation for some new Roddy Ricch music is growing by the second, and I don't think I have to tell you why, but I will. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Nice.
Roddy
That's
Ricch,
why.
the man who usually consistently feeds the streets with music, but this time I'm damn near starving because he ain't feeding anyone. All jokes aside, in the last year, meaning in 2020, Roddy Ricch has dropped how much music of his own? Pretty much nothing. He's of course been featured on a bunch of other records, like for example, Walk 'Em Down with NLE Choppa. He was also featured on Pop Smoke's posthumous album on the track The Woo. Let's also not forget Gifted by YB and Cordae, and then the Lemonade remix. He was on Rockstar by DaBaby, also had a verse on Dollar Sign's project, was also featured on Gunna's album, and was also featured on Artist 2.0, which is a Boogie's project. Last but not least, we have Letter to Nipsey with Meek Mill, which, like the title of the record says, was a tribute to the late Nipsey. Rest in peace to Hustle Man. So apart from absolutely bodying his features, Roddy has literally dropped zero music of his own in the last year. Despite that being the case, Roddy's 2020 run was kinda sensational, and that's obviously thanks to Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, which dropped on December 6th, 2019. Imagine dropping an album that has so much strength behind it. You can float off of that one album very comfortably, thrive off of that one album as a fairly new artist in the game. That's Roddy, man. A guy who I don't want to say beat the odds because he's had a lot of support from the genre due to his authenticity, but a guy who I think is living proof of how far a great body of work could take you. The kind of level Roddy Ricch has been able to reach in such a short amount of time, honestly crazy. We definitely gotta give a special thanks to The Box for making a lot of this happen. The Box single-handedly put Roddy in a worldwide spotlight in what feels like an instant. For a song that wasn't released as a single that was in the blend of 15 other records, The Box became pretty successful. The song reached that #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 a little over a month after the album dropped. The song spent 11 weeks at the #1 spot and spent 6 months in the Billboard Top 10. So the impact the record had on Roddy's career, don't have to sit here and tell you about it. I think it's very much evident how much that one song elevated his entire status in the industry. But Roddy Ricch in 2021, what's going on with the boy? Where is the album? We need the damn album. Like I said at the beginning of the video, people are obviously fiending for that new. Makes a lot of sense. This is a guy who, despite having so much success early on, we want more content from him, because do we really even know who Roddy is? At the moment, he's one album in, that's Antisocial, and then has 2 other projects out, which both are mixtapes. How much has the world actually found out about him so far? There's definitely a lot more for him to say. He's kind of dipped his foot in the water just a little bit, considering how big of a year he had. That next phase of his career is almost going to be like an entire moment. Regarding when he's actually going to drop and why it's taken a while for him to drop music, he said a couple interesting things in the last year that I want to bring up. One of them being this: he got asked on this GQ interview, "Are you working on your next album right now?" He responded to that by saying, "Can I drop a new album right now? Yes. Will I? no. The interviewer asked him, is that because it's not ready? His answer to that was, it's really not about it being ready or not ready. It's more about the timing. I really just drop when I feel like it. The next album is gonna be a full-blown masterpiece, a real idea, a real body of work. Now, a masterpiece, you say?
Bro.
Definitely something that sounds like it'll be worth the wait. On another interview with Variety from December 2020, so very recently, he spoke on things like the pressure of constantly dropping music and some other things I've spoken about on here in the past regarding, for example, artists flooding the industry with music. I feel like the pressure is self-imposed, he says, of expectations to equal the success of excuse me, so I ain't under no pressure, I'm in a good place. Whenever my mama turns on the car, I'm still on the radio, so for me to drop a whole other album right now, it's just overkill. At least, let me wait until instead of 5 songs on the radio, let me wait till I've got 2. I don't want to be just putting out songs on the radio all the time. We ain't making mixtapes no more. You gotta give it space and time for people to digest it. Now, this man is definitely spitting, okay?
Yo,
spot on, man. The kind of
real.
mentality I think.
Hold on, wait, I ain't even think about it like that. That's smart as hell. Like, bro, he basically saying like, yo, like you put out an album or you put out like all types of music and you got 5 songs on the radio. Why do you need to put out more music? You are still relevant. If they're constantly playing a good 5 of your songs on the radio, you're still relevant. There's no really reason for you to be putting out more music. Now, if it dumbs down to like 1 or 2, then you like, yeah, now I gotta drop something. That's that's what I'm telling you. Like, he's different. Like, bro, he's just different. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, I don't care if I sound like I'm dick riding a nigga, cause he's not even one of my favorite artists. I just know that he's just a different artist in the industry. He's one of the biggest artists out right now, if not the biggest. He's arguably he's up there. It's arguable. He's up there.
Is very rare amongst a lot of young artists in hip-hop right now. At the end of the day, man, the rappers who always seem to win are the ones who play the long game. It's not so much about living in the moment, jumping from trend to trend, desperately trying to keep up with the rest of the industry. You gotta play your game, which is something I think Roddy Ricch is doing. He mentioned how dropping another album would be overkill, and even though you could argue against that, I think considering everything we're talking about in relation to him as a rapper, it makes a lot of sense. He's been more than surfing and floating off of Antisocial at this very moment. It's been over 13 months since he dropped any solo work of his own, yet here he is saying you gotta give people the time and space to digest the music. That's major. I think that says a lot about the vision he has for his career, says a lot about how he looks at the music from a longevity standpoint. But back to the interview, we're definitely not done. He dropped some more gems, and let's hear what he had to say. I feel like the problem with us nowadays is we want everything right now, he says, but the music isn't gonna be progressive when you're putting something out every 3 months, because you ain't been through nothing. You still feel like how you felt when you last dropped music. To me, stuff doesn't happen in my life every single day. Maybe for some people it does, but my life don't happen that fast. I have to give myself time to actually go through things so I can speak on it and have a new understanding of life. It's not like I make music that's not my life, so I feel like I need to give my life time to inspire me. First of all, the point Roddy made about all of us wanting things right now, that's what we call instant gratification. That's something that goes way beyond just music. Regarding what he said though, that's how a lot of, or should I say, most fans think. Most people just don't have any kind of consideration for the amount of time and effort these artists actually put into the music. And it's not even the effort part that I should be focusing on here, because Roddy made a great point about how I need to give my life time to inspire me so I can actually create music about my life. That's actually something I've never thought about. Really interesting point of view. At some point we gotta ask ourselves, why are so many rappers being repetitive with the topics they talk about? Well, maybe it's because they just don't give themselves any space to experience life so they can then go into the booth and actually have some.
Like, bro, he really got me thinking in a whole different way. Like for real, like, I never thought about it like this. But like, I'm glad that he did, because when it comes to music, like I want to have a deeper understanding into like that shit. Like, I don't want to just listen to music. I want to have a deeper understanding in, and not only in the music but in the artists themselves. Like, you feel me? Like, I probably sound crazy or like weird or something, like, but that's how I feel. Like, and I feel like I have a deeper understanding on Roddy Ricch himself. And now, like, I feel even more of him being like a different type of artist, and like it just the real stuff that he's spitting right now. He's a realer artist to me. Like his tears as an artist just went up Just by me watching this video and hearing some of the stuff that he be spitting, cause he's spitting real ass shit right now.
Something to talk about. The reason why someone like Drake is never gonna run out of content is because he's experienced so much in his life. And it sounds simple when I say it, but think about that for a second. Drake has an overload of not only experiences, but different kinds of experiences, which is why he's consistently been speaking on, a lot of the same topics, but also has had the ability to approach a lot of those subjects from different angles over the span of an entire decade. Going back to what Roddy was saying about this though, for him to give us a couple more, for example, war babies, he has to let his mind wander to different places, reminisce on a past.
Yo, War Baby is different. That's a different type of song right there. And then also like the thing about it is too, the thing about Drake is Drake doesn't really sound the same on everything that he drops. Like Drake has experimented with different type of sounds and different type of styles. That's why Drake will never die. Like, bro, like, Drake has mastered so many different styles of music. It's crazy. And like he said, Drake has experienced so much. Drake has been in the game for a very long time. Drake's life has moved pretty quickly. And a lot of things that Drake says fly over people's head. Like, I was watching something, it was either earlier today or yesterday, about how Drake got robbed or at gunpoint. And he rapped about that in a lyric in his song. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that. Like, that's fire. Like, that bar was fire. But, you know what I'm saying?
Past, reflect on his struggles, and maybe celebrate all of his W's he's been able to attract in his life throughout the years. For that to be possible though, like he said on that GQ interview I referenced earlier, pretty much stepping away from the music for some time to figure out his mentality towards whatever he's talking about, whatever he's in the booth rapping about, that's very key. Let me actually relate this to myself really quickly, and maybe you're gonna be able to feel me on this one. The best video ideas I've came up with came to me when I wasn't thinking about creating content. There's something about stepping away from whatever creative work you're doing that actually does the opposite of what you think it will, which is it automatically puts you in a zone whenever you eventually get back to work. This very much goes along with what Roddy said regarding experience in life, so you can get inspired to create. Considering the whole deluxe trend being an actual thing in the industry, I think we can for sure say that this is an unconventional mentality amongst young artists in the rap industry. It's really dope seeing Roddy, who I would definitely consider one of the most relevant faces in this new generation of rap, going against the grain, kind of creating his own blueprint rather than following the herd. At the end of the day, Roddy's playing the long game. He's not here for a good time, he's here for a long time. So if you're wondering why he's taking such a long time to drop music, well, he's taking his time like he's supposed to. And like I said earlier, he's still very much floating off of that antisocial impact. Why rush the process when you really don't need to? But yeah, Roddy Ricch is clearly taking his time with dropping music. And like I stated at the beginning of this video, apart from all those records he's been featured on throughout 2020, he didn't drop a single piece of solo content all 2020, but still had an extremely big year. That's that GOAT status, man. Okay, I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Some new Roddy Ricch music?
Like, you
what do you
can't
think about the
deny
fact
facts.
that he's really taking his
bro,
time with that next album of his? Definitely let me know in the comment section below.
Looking up like
let's have a
straight up facts, so I don't just sit here and have nothing but opinionated things to say. Like I want to be able to sit here and spit up facts, because I don't like when people be like I don't really pay attention to comments like that, but like even still, like I don't like when people be like coming up here and like calling me a hater and this and this and that. But like I will never, like, I try not to say that a rapper is trash. Like I try to say like, oh, I just don't really mess with their music, but I try to look deeper than just like their music. But like another thing, like he said too, when it comes to like, you know, stepping away from your craft to coming back to it and doing better, like that's real too. Because when I started YouTube, right? And I don't, for some reason, like I was doing shit. Like, you know, I started going to school, I had a job, and shit got harder, so I basically kind of like stopped. But then I stopped for a minute. Then I got motivated by watching one of my mans. You know, one of the dudes I reacted to in his video, my son Kobe. And like, I'm not gonna hold you, like he inspired me to start making videos. And it wasn't even only him, it was my twin. I call her my twin. Her name is Taylor. She inspired me too, because I saw a video that like she doesn't do it consistently. I'm trying to get her to make videos consistently, but I saw a video that she did and it was just like so fire to me. So I was like, I have to start making videos. Like I can't let him show me up. Like I had to start dropping videos. So now me and him drop videos daily. Like, and when he don't drop, I'll be on his ass. When I don't drop, he'll be on my ass. And like, you know, we do this together. Like, and now I'm starting to build a fan base and I'm starting to get better at it than to where I was just before, just dropping random stuff. I wasn't getting no type of views or nothing like that. I wasn't gaining no type of traction or going anywhere. But now I'm going places. Like when I stepped away, now I'm back with a stronger motivation than I had before. So like he's definitely spitting real shit. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this little reaction. Go subscribe to my boy Blackie. I watch like almost all his videos. Cause I be seeing him all the time on Instagram. I watch like all his videos. Like this dude, he's a GOAT. Like I love his videos. But hope y'all enjoyed this little reaction. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so y'all never miss an upload from your boy. It's your boy Sway, and I'm out of here.